Hey guys, we're back again with another journaling video. This is another section about the lanyard. I know I go on about that so much, but it's so very good, so helpful. I want people to really get into that. So, what is this? This doesn't look like a lanyard by any stretch of the imagination. Well, you're right. It's not. These are A4 sheets that have had a calendar printed onto them. And this is a general all-purpose calendar. It goes through 31 and it starts at 1. So what is this? This is just the numbers that I use on the lanyard to identify a particular item that needs to be done. So obviously this is my daily household tracker. Admittedly, there are a few items that ended up on my lanyard that are not daily, but I have a symbol system that I've worked out for myself that helps me track whether I did something and it was definitely a daily thing, whether I didn't do something and I really should have, or it was just completely unnecessary. So, here's how that system works. The first item, now I do have my lanyard, it's just beyond view there, so you guys don't end up getting too much information about my personal life. Just there, I can see my lanyard, so I know that item number 1 is setting alarms for the day. And that should really only take a couple minutes. I didn't do that on the 1st of January, and I didn't do it on the 2nd of January. So that's why they have a slash through them. Here we have the second item, so these are items. We have the second item on the list for my lanyard, and that is my morning routine, which shouldn't take more than 10 minutes. And we see here, both on the 1st and the 2nd, that did happen. And while I'm at it, I'm just gonna go ahead and grab a pen. Cuteness overload, I know. I think it's a Mew Maid. This is what these things are called. It's a cat with fishy mermaid looking parts and pieces. I don't know, I thought it was really cute, and it's even got little hearts inside the ears there. They're embroidered in. I do have my cuteness overload moments when I go all out, but most of the time I'm just fairly basic or a bit on the goth side. So let's see. Today is the 3rd. And no, I didn't set any of my alarms, but I don't really need to today. So I could put a circle there, but alarms are still really good, so you should really get into the habit of that. I should get into the habit of that. My morning routine. Yes, I did my morning routine. Now, your morning routine may look different from mine, but it's basically freshening up, brushing my teeth, taking care of those new piercings that I have, and just generally making sure that I don't have any unwelcome odors or anything like that, that I'm being hygienic. So yeah, that definitely happens, which is good to see. And checking on all the pets, making sure they're all okay. Yes, that has happened. And what I do, I just pretty much go and make sure that they're not sick, that they're they've got some water, because they do have a schedule for feeding, so they don't just get, food whenever they want it, and that keeps them from being obese or ill. And I make sure that they at least see my face for a little bit, and I visit with them for a little bit. So there's that. Let's see. I also make sure that they're not in any immediate danger. So one morning I got up and it really scared me because completely unexpected, I had an attic bag. I don't know if you know what that is. It's a large container that can hold like an entire wardrobe in one bag. Went downstairs and I found that our dog had decided to play with one of these and try to turn it into a bed, because I thought, okay, it'll be okay if I just set it down here in the laundry area of the underhouse and it'll be okay. No. It was zipped up and everything and it wasn't okay. He got into the laundry was scattered everywhere. He tried to make a bed out of it, and in doing so, the handle of it was wrapped around his neck, and it really scared me. Thankfully it was pretty loose, but it had spun around a bit where he had been trying to make a bed out of this thing, and it freaked me out. So I was glad that, you know, I already had the habit of checking on all of the pets first thing, you know, in place, because God only knows what would have happened if I hadn't found that, like, just right then. So I do make sure that that happens. So emergency things are definitely on the list for checking when I'm doing that. Number 4. Okay, so that's an ASMR shutdown or change, which, did I, yeah, that was, yeah, that did happen, because we had an ASMR going last night to go to sleep to, and then I shut that down, so yeah. So, obviously, I can walk through this entire process, and it helps me track what it is I've actually done, what I need to do yet, and I've already reached something where I can say, okay, well, I've still got time to do that in my day. So I'm not going to put any markings in there until probably tomorrow. So this is a sort of journaling that you don't do the day of necessarily. Some of this you might not mark until the next day. So why are there 3 pages of this? That's because there's 66 items on my lanyard. So I'm going to put this back where it belongs. I'm going to be good. There's 1 through 22 on the first page, 23 through 44, and 45 through 66. Building this was a monster, because when I first built it, I thought, hey, I'll put 1 in the first box. That'll work. Nope. Because I needed this little calendar section here on the edge. So then I rebuilt it, put this calendar in, and then I had to put all these numbers in, and I built 3 different ones, and this has stood the test of time. So far, it's worked for over a year now. I'm happy with it, and this tells me kind of what my bad habits are, so I can sit here and go, you know what, I have a bad habit of not making the bed. And I believe I've mentioned before in another video why it's important to do that. I'm fairly certain I did. So there's just certain things that really do need to happen. And as you can see here, there's a fair few that didn't happen. Mostly because it's been vacation. And when vacation kicks in, there's a lot of stuff that I just kind of scratch and go, nah, that's fine. And yet there's other things that are so easy to fit into my schedule, because I have help, because the entire family is home. So this is a really good gauge for what you can achieve from one year to the next, and it kind of helps you get some good habits in and train yourself to do better. Now, by no means is this something to use to criticize yourself with. This is something to look at and go, hey, look, I've improved. That's cool. So, hope this has been helpful. Hope it has given you an interesting perspective on how to track good and bad habits for your daily tasks, chores, whatever you want to call them. And I hope you've enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching. Catch you next time. Cheers.